Hi, I'm Carl Lohren from Belfair, and I'm the author of One Move to Better Golf. I'd like to talk about the fundamentals of the golf swing and how important they are when you get older. You see, when you get older, you lose your coordination, either due to the fact you're getting older or due to the fact that you've got injuries and you have to safeguard those injuries. Whatever the reason is, you lose your coordination, and you need to make sure that your fundamentals are correct, because if they're not correct when you're younger, you can get by with it, but as you get older, they become more correct. They have to be more correct. Now, the fundamentals I like to talk about are the fundamentals at address, because they're the things that anybody can do, and they're the things that shape your golf swing. When I say address, I'm talking about a lot of things. I'm talking about the way you hold the club. I'm talking about the tilt of your shoulders. I'm talking about where your spine is. I'm talking about the width of your stance and where your weight is on your stance. I'm talking about whether your shoulders are closed, square, or open, whether your hips are closed, square, or open. I'm talking about whether this arm is even with this arm, a little bit out in front of it, or inside of it. That affects the way you take the club back. I'm talking about what eye you look out of. If you're right eye, you're this way a little bit. If you're left eye, you're that way. Or you can play from neutral. I'm talking about your posture, how much bend you have from the waist, and how much bend you have up here, and how much knee flex do you have. So I'm talking about I'm talking about how you launch the swing by waggling and moving your feet and getting ready to hit it. So at the address position has a lot of factors into it, 12, 13, 14. Now of all those factors, the grip is the most important. I'd say it's 95% of the setup, because you can't do any of these things correct if the grip is not correct. Believe that or not, okay? And the proper grip recruits the proper muscles in your golf swing. Now the left hand grip is the key grip, because you mount your right on the left, and the left arm's a radius, so the left hand has to be a correct grip. So if your hand hangs like mine is right here, and what I mean by hanging, it may hang this way, it may hang this way, or it may hang this way. Now it tends to return it to impact the way it hangs. So you want to take that hanging hand and kind of try to superimpose it on the club, in terms of this would not be the way my hand hangs, or this would not be the way my hand hangs. But see how my hand hangs here? This would be more or less the way my hand hangs. Now the club lays diagonally across the palm of the hand from the joint, the second joint, that's the first, that's the second, that's the third. The second joint hooked around the club and underneath the heel pad of your hand. Now the heel pad of your hand is very important here, because it tends to hold the club at the same time that the last three fingers hold the club, thus requiring not a lot of grip pressure. Okay, if you hold it down here just only, then it's just your fingers, and you need to hold it tight to keep from losing it. But if you get it underneath the heel pad, then you don't require a lot of grip pressure. Now that heel pad on the club will create some torqueness. It'll utilize the forearm muscles at the top right here, and it's those forearm muscles that help keep the left arm straight when you swing the club. So it's very important to get the club underneath the heel pad correctly. Now, you can affect this and this with your left hand by where you put this index finger. If you put the index finger under the club, it'll turn your hand weak, meaning this way. If you put this index finger on the side of the club, it'll turn your hand stronger, and if you put it up on the top corner, it'll turn your hand real strong. So your hand, you're trying to match the way your arm and hand hang, but to do that, you have to figure out where to put this index finger to be able to match that. Like in my grip, my hand hangs this way. I've got to put that index finger on the side of the club. If I put it under, I'm weak. If I put it too much on top, I'm too strong. I hope that helps you. The left hand is the most important thing in golf. The right hand mounts it, and we will discuss the right hand at another time. Good golf to you, and I hope you enjoyed the help. Thank you.